Nick said something really insightful that I wish more people would understand, and it's true of him as well. And it has to do with propaganda. I feel like when you guys look at people using irony or humor, you guys think that it's like an all or nothing thing, that when somebody is ironic, they could hide anything. I was bullying Nick because when it came to Ukraine, he's trusting the propaganda that the Russian government is putting out. I'm like, bro, you can't trust that Putin says. Obviously, that's stupid as fuck. He's gonna lie about this. And Nick says, yeah, that's kind of true. But there's a lot of like really controversial or interesting stuff I can talk about relating to Fuentes. But I don't think that the audience, meaning you guys, have the like prerequisite maturity or sophistication to engage with some of the really interesting stuff. Because if I even float some of these ideas, like it's gonna be like proof that I'm becoming an alt-righter. But I've gotten 2 emails from people saying that in a way, we've had community purges before, guys, all right? I'm not mad about this one. I'm not even mad about this one. Couple things to consider. So I have to look at how I've moderated my community. I've got to look at where we've been, where we've gotten to, and where we're going. I'm pretty happy with how my forethought. How many people did I ban in the last 24 hours? I'm curious. Count them up. I'm happy where my community is. I think I've done a really good job. I think I have a lot to show for my community. I might have, somebody can tell me if I'm wrong, but of any like individual streamer, like non-podcaster thing or whatever, I think I have the largest subreddit of anybody, the active subreddit. If anybody, PewDiePie? I don't know. PewDiePie Reddit. 3.6 million subs, if that number's not weird. Only 700 active people. XQC is big. Reddit. Nope. 270,000 members. 860 active people. KSI. Reddit. I don't know anything about this guy. Oh, okay. This is an active subreddit. Kind of. 2.7 million subs. 3.1k active people. Okay. KSI's got a big one. That dude's way bigger than me. My subreddit, 153,000 members. We got over 3,000 actives online. Okay. So I got a big subreddit. I got a lot of people happy in general with my community. I think I got a really good community. We got a lot of good memes. I get a lot of good pushback. It's not too much of a circle jerk. And I get a lot of high quality intellectual posters. I'm happy about that. So when I look at my subreddit, where we're at, where we've been, where we're going, I have to wonder, am I making the right decisions or am I making the wrong decisions? Well, based on the growth, based on the size, based on the types of posts and everything, I think I've made pretty good decisions thus far. Now I have to think of like, what is the right move in terms of handling what's going on. So 2 things. I've decided second purge is good. I'm good with that. I'm okay with having another purge. Mainly because I think if I chop off viewers now, I think for people that I'm losing, I'm hoping most go to MrGirl. And I'm cool with MrGirl. I like Max. I think he's a smart guy. Super disagreeable on a few things, but he's a cool dude. I don't think he'd ever like backstab me or be weird or whatever. I disagree with him, but I don't think he's evil like Vosh or Hassan are. I think he's a fine dude. So 1, I don't mind losing some fans to Max. I think that's fine. 2, I have to consider the intentional effect that I have on my audience. And I think that all of the reactions over the past 2 days have, by every single person involved, has hardcore reinforced every belief I have about how different words are used. So my original like meta contention is that I feel like when words are levied, they're usually used to convey an emotion and not usually anything descriptively true. And looking at the pushback on the sub on whether or not we label somebody a particular thing has solidified that opinion for me. If there were posts and it was like, Nick believes this and that, I think this would qualify him for this word. And that was like everything. It'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But when the vast majority of posts are like, why would you call him this fucking word? He just won't do it anymore. Why don't you just fucking call him nothing? You just fucking call him the fucking word. It's like, okay. We agree that he has bad views. I think we agree on all of that. I think we agree on like most of the views that are bad. Like I think we agree on all of that. There's like 99% agreement. It's just really, really, really mad about not labeling someone a particular thing. And when you get that fucking mad about not using that particular label, it shows me that it's like a super emotionally driven thing. And if it is, that's okay. Different people do things for different reasons. But if you're one of those people, I don't want you interacting with my community or posting my community because I think that your mindset is toxic and I don't want to see it and I don't want my people exposed to it. So if you're posting in the subreddit and you're like, oh, well, I think that he qualifies for like this reason or that reason or whatever, that's fine. You can have arguments about that. I think that ontological arguments on what is not, whatever, I think that's interesting. That's fine. But if you're like ultra emotionally invested in like the type of label and you're getting like really ass mad and calling me names and calling me bad faith and saying covered or not, blah, 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 I don't want you in my community. I don't want you here anywhere. You don't have to watch my streams or my YouTube videos, or you can cancel your subs and all that, whatever you want to do, whatever you think is fine. That is okay. Do you think that this post was good faith? Not really, for two reasons. So we can go, I don't know if I want to go through every post. So people are like, oh my God, wasn't this post like such a good faith, high effort? So I specifically said, when I deal with people, I don't do quote lists. I've learned this from two huge things. One, I know this from me personally, because I can see people give a quote list of mine and go like, oh, isn't Destiny racist, Nazi, whatever, transphobic? It's like, oh, well, look at these list of quotes. One, I don't care. I clicked through some of these, and like some of these were literally just like links to like entire fucking websites. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do this? And then also, I'm pretty sure most of this was just copied off of Rose versus thing. So one, I just don't want like lists of quotes. It's just not, I think that that level of engagement is just not something I'm interested in. That's like a very, it's like a very base, like retarded way of engaging politically with people. I'm just not interested. Like, well, look at the list of quotes, Destiny. I don't really care. I don't care. And then also, this guy, I don't think I actually banned him for this. I think I banned him because he made an exceptionally retarded post. Where was it? Oh, nice. Now he's posting in Vosh's sub. Where was it? It was about taking notes or quotes. It was actually one of the dumbest things I've ever read in my entire life. Hold on, wait. If you say exceptionally retarded things, I'm banning you here too. Destiny, wasn't your last manifesto mostly a list of quotes and clips? No, it wasn't. It was paragraphs and paragraphs of information providing context around all of the things that I talked about, not this person said this one quote. Never. I don't do that. I just don't engage in stuff like that because I don't think that's a very sophisticated way of engaging with like political, what kind of critical posts would you appreciate? I don't know. There's a few on the subreddit that are fine. Here, this was the post this guy made. The fact that Destiny said that he was uninterested in reading people's quote lists while literally typing MrGirl's quotes into a document for his reference made me want to kill myself. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever read literally in my entire fucking life. This comment alone was easily worth a permaban. I think he made a couple other like stupid fucking comments too, but like this is like your brain is actually shut off. Like to type this comment, there is a prerequisite that you have an amount of stupidity that I don't want anywhere near my community. I just don't. But I don't hate you. You're free to have your opinion. Just go talk about it somewhere else. And I'd prefer it if you don't talk around any of my people because this type of mentality is so stupid. I just don't want you anywhere. I don't want you near my community. But you're free. Like, go to Vosh, go to Hassan, post in there. Like, I think that's all fine. Or go to Max's community and be critical of me. That's fine. The issue with your banning is that you don't leave ban reasons all the time. So it's hard. Well, I mean, like, generally people that are getting banned are just like people that are just writing like really random personal attacks. Or they're saying like really weird things like, oh, Destiny's just doing this because he's grifting. It's like, okay, well. Was this thread in good faith? Did I ban this thread? Would Hitler listen to Kanye? 4 minutes ago. Did you just link your own thread? 0 comments, 0 upvotes. I'm pretty sure you did. Pretty cringe, my dude. I have a feeling every time a situation like this happens, most of the engagement is extremely low level to the point that they might not even be understanding the convos. So this is something that I'm trying to figure out. And I think somebody actually said this before and I didn't consider it, because this is one of the times, if I say something and I'm not communicating clearly, or if I am in the wrong because I just haven't thought through something enough, did you ban Wannabe Sad Boy? No, he's almost always like a really high effort poster, even though he disagrees with a lot. I don't think I'd ever ban him. Why did you ban the MrGirl AMA? I didn't ban that at all. I let that completely run. It should still be running. Something that somebody pointed out was that the subreddit sometimes it sounds like people who are posting on the sub are watching clips or sometimes reacting later to YouTube videos. And that actually makes more sense. You criticize Vosh's Fortress Target. You're having Fortress Target of your own. No. Just to clarify, do you think that using the label on Nick, the obsession with using the label is like this whole conversation is so destructive and cringe that this is just not a conversation that I don't want to have. It is the most destructive conversation in the world. I don't care to have it. I just don't care. The obsession with the moral label is just something I don't care. I just don't care about. I think it's ultimately destructive to everything. But I'll have the conversation if something like Max wants to approach it, but it's not going to be something that it's like you said he's not anti-Semitic. I don't remember if I said he's not anti-Semitic. I just don't know if he's anti-Semitic enough to be a Nazi. But like, I wish there was a way to I need a way to organize these ideas better. Like, this was a good post. Nick Fuentes is not a Nazi. Also, Destiny's definition of Nazi is wrong. Oh, I read this. I've never even touched this because technically under the way this guy is talking about it historically, this is actually true, but there's a lot of people today that people want to call Nazis that wouldn't get to qualify as being Nazis at all, especially in regards to the racial hierarchies and the Aryan distinction and then the religious stuff too. But if I were to run with this definition of Nazi, this is like the ultra academic one, everybody would lose their fucking mind. Is this the guy that was like using sets to, and explaining that? This is an interesting post if you want to read it. There's a lot. It's complicated. Who would you consider to be a Nazi today? I don't know. I don't really care. This is the issue that I'm having with these conversations right now, okay? Why don't people just genuinely engage with the real convos? It should be raised regarding your conversation with extreme characters online. I had a response to do it rather than heard or you won't say my word. Well, because they want to bring in the normativity of the word. That's what they want. So they'll be like, this position, this position, this position, this position, this. So these are like the political positions that people have. And these are the things that I'm most interested in arguing with. This is what I want to fight about. I want to fight about what you think about that, or what you think about this, or what you think about that. But people seem more concerned with like, can we group all of these together and call them this? And it's like, I don't know why. Like, because the problem is that this is one definition of Nazi. It might include these traits. Here's another definition of Nazi. It might include like these traits. Here's another definition of Nazi. It might include like these traits. Here's another definition of Nazi. Might include, we'll say these traits. Maybe it encompasses something else here, right? And then there's like, maybe there'll be like another definition of Nazi that includes, we'll say it branches out over here and includes this trait. And people are fighting over like, what's your definition of Nazi? And this is the entire conversation of the sub. Is it this? Is it that? Why would you call him this? If you meet said, well, he did this, he said that, and he did this, and he's like, okay, hold on, wait. I don't care about any of this. Okay, I just want to focus on these things. This is what I talk about. This is what I do. I'm not interested in like giving you a particular political label or assigning you or ascribing to you some shit. I don't really care. If you think that like black people are degenerate, let's talk about that. If you think that Jews are behind everything in the media, okay, let's talk about that. If you think that like immigration should be only white, let's talk about that. If you think that there's like a broader conspiracy in society for a great replacement, let's talk about that. These are the things that I want to talk about. It's always been the things that I want to talk about. I don't care about anything else. If you want to obsess over like, is this person a Nazi, blah, 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 that's fine. And I shouldn't even strawman you like that. I don't want to use the strawman voice. Is this person a Nazi? That's a fine conversation to have. But you can go have it somewhere else. I don't really care that much about this. Because the problem is that when I use this definition, let's say that I define Nazi like this, okay? What you really want, this is what you really want, okay? These are the positions that people have. You don't care about these though. What you really want is you want this. And this thing right here is your moral condemnation. That's what you're looking for. People are looking for this thing, which is bad. Nazi, bad. This is what you want. And the problem that people are running into, you might not realize this, but the problem that you're running into is that I'll talk about this, and I'll talk about that, and I'll talk about this, and I'll talk about, and you're like, no. I need you to call him a Nazi. And when you call him a Nazi, you're pretending that it's because, well, look, Destiny, he's got this and that and that and that. Is he a Nazi? You don't care about that, though. What you really want is you want this. That's what you want. You want the moral condemnation. That's all you're concerned about. And this thing here is the last thing in the world I care about. I don't give a fuck about this thing. Because to include this thing, it already excludes anybody that would consider themselves any of these things. They're necessarily not going to see themselves as evil. They're obviously, because they believe these things. But it's telling because we'll agree on this and we'll agree on that and we'll agree on this and we'll agree on that. And then you'll get mad pretending that I'm not grouping these things together. You're like, why won't you just call him a thing? It's like, well, why do you care? If we already agree on all this shit, why do you care if I call him a thing or not? And you're like, because you're obfuscating, because you're hiding what he really is. Well, what am I hiding? If I agree on this, tell me for Nick Fuentes, and this would be a challenge to the subreddit. What am I hiding about Nick Fuentes when I'm calling him this, this, or this, or this, or this? And the answer is like, well, you won't call him a Nazi. Why do you care if I don't call him a Nazi, if I identify as a person? And the real reason is because you want this. You want this here. This is what I'm hiding by not calling him a Nazi. I'm not including the he is evil or bad part. That's the issue. But that's just the part that I don't really care about. I don't care about this. I just don't really give a fuck about it. I'm not interested in like levying that. Maybe I will like in a personal convo or on some other things, but yeah. Thoughts on the Richard Wolff comparison? Yeah, I think I permabanned this guy. This was another really stupid thing, okay? Destiny, or Nazis to Destiny, what socialism is to Richard Wolff. Wait, did I permaban this guy? Yeah, I did. Okay, good. Nice. Whoops. I didn't mean to remove the post. But the when I'm asking Richard Wolff, what do you mean by socialism? I'm not trying to say, gotcha, bitch. You're a socialist. You're evil. I'm just trying to figure out, what the fuck do you believe? I need to know what you believe so that we can fight on those grounds. But so if let's say that Fuentes came onto my stream, my issue, remember, people are pretending that like, it's strange because people are saying, here, this is the funny thing, okay, is that the Richard Wolff debate proves my point. Nazi is to Destiny what socialism is to Richard Wolff. No. When somebody says somebody's a Nazi, what I'm saying is, hold on. I don't give a fuck if they're a Nazi. Tell me what you believe. That's what I want to know. When I debated Richard Wolff, he wants to be a socialist. I don't care that you're a socialist. Tell me what you believe. And then when I'm trying to figure out, what do you mean when you say socialism? What are you here to defend? And then Richard Wolff doles out 3 different points of views of socialism. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with that. If Nick Fuentes was like, oh, I'm a Nazi, and then I approach Fuentes and I mean, okay, hold on, you're a Nazi. Okay, what do you mean when you say you're a Nazi? And Fuentes was like, well, Nazi could be like 1930s and 40s German party. Nazi could refer to this. I would have the same problem with Nick. I'd say, hold on, wait. I need your fucking definition. What do you mean when you say you're a Nazi? Tell me the positions. So the idea that like, I was trying to do to Richard Wolff what MrGirl is trying to do to me is the exact opposite of what happened. It's the exact opposite take of that conversation. But then when I see this type of labeling, now I'm wondering if people are following the conversation that's happening at all. Like, did anybody think that when I was talking to Richard Wolff, did anybody ever get does Nick call himself a Nazi? No, he doesn't. Other people call him a Nazi, which makes it even more confusing. But when anybody's listening to me talk to Richard Wolff, is the impression that you're getting is Destiny just really wants to be able to call Richard Wolff a socialist. No, that wasn't the point of that conversation at all. It was the exact opposite. I hated that we were even using the word socialist. I wanted to find out what he meant by socialist. That was the goal of the conversation. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. The real meme is that these people depend on you for their politics so much they're mad that you aren't constantly telling them how bad people like Nick are. I don't know. I think that, I think what I said earlier was true. People just want the moral condemnation. Oh, this guy actually got it. I didn't read this comment. Whoops. Destiny and the Wolff debate wanted to clear up what Wolff's positions were. When talking to Fuentes, Destiny wants to clear up what Fuentes' positions are. What's the issue? True. Did you read posts supporting you? I don't know. I think I might have seen a couple. I'm not sure. Oh, this was a pretty funny joke, so I might not have banned this guy. Did I ban him anyway? Oh, I didn't ban him. Nice. Good job. Funny enough. You survived. Question: when you concentrate on one particular issue of discussion and it is determined that it is wholly wrong, bad, evil, moral, etc., doesn't that reinforce the evil or the red thing equals evil, bad? A self-serving confirmation bias, isn't that to be expected of people? I mean, it feels expected when you discuss on a particular issue. I don't know what you mean by that, but okay. This kind of shit convinces me that things people hate religion for aren't intrinsic to religion as long as people have some kind of cudgel they want to use it for. Maybe, I don't know. But why didn't you enjoy talking with Fuentes? It seems as though he uses as much or even more irony / dishonesty when talking about his views than someone like Vosh. Vosh doesn't use irony or dishonesty to... Oh, fuck. Fuentes said something... Nick said something really insightful that I wish more people would understand. And it's true of him as well. And it has to do with propaganda. I feel like when you guys look at people using irony or humor... You guys think that it's like an all or nothing thing, that when somebody is ironic, they could hide anything. It was in regards to, I was bullying Nick because when it came to Ukraine, he's trusting the propaganda that the Russian government is putting out. I'm like, bro, you can't trust shit that Putin says. Obviously, that's stupid as fuck. He's going to lie about this. And Nick says, yeah, that's kind of true, but you can tell by the way that he lies what he means, what he's actually going for. And I agree with that. That is true. Based on the type of propaganda that comes out of Russia, you can tell what they're trying to do. Nick being ironic or humorous doesn't mean that it's a black box of political beliefs hiding behind his humor or irony. I think you can still kind of tease out, even if he's kind of jokey sometimes, I think he's still going to tease out what his beliefs are. People have this really weird understanding of Nick that when he's talking every night, it's complete and total and utter chaos. Like everything he says is random and not selected for, but it's all humor, and everybody in the audience somehow just secretly knows, oh shit, dude, Nick Fuentes just went on a huge rant about this thing, but we all know that like we're all hating Jews still and we all hate black people still and blah, 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 blah. Like there's most of what he's saying, it's going to be pretty truthful in terms of most of his positions. And then he might joke about some stuff that's like a little bit too edgy to touch, right? That's generally how irony or humor is going to be used to mask beliefs. But it feels like when you guys are talking about like political figures, you guys think that somebody will just go up, say like a set of these statements and have a whole different belief system behind it. I don't think that's true. I don't engage with people like that. I don't think that's actually true. I don't think that maps onto anything in reality. But yeah. But all of the anti-Nick posters have not watched any of his content. Yeah, maybe I should share emails more. Like people link me clips and stuff. And then also it's kind of weird because some people might be psyoping me from his community. Some people might be psyoping me from my community. Some people might be psyoping me from Vosh or Hassan or MrGirl's community. I have no idea. It's hard to say. I can just go by the totality of like shit that people send me. That's kind of interesting. But it's hard. It's interesting sometimes. Like the thing is too is there's a lot of like really controversial or interesting stuff I can talk about relating to Fuentes, but I don't think that the audience, meaning you guys, have the like prerequisite maturity or sophistication to engage with some of the really interesting stuff. Because if I even float some of these ideas, like it's going to be like proof that I'm becoming an alt-righter. Like I've gotten 2 emails like this. Might be all psyops or whatever, but I thought it was interesting. But I've gotten 2 emails from people saying that in a way, Fuentes had kind of de-radicalized them from further right movements. And they were groypers, and now they're listening to me and they thought that was interesting. But they used to be part of like actual like neo-Nazi shit online, because there is way more extremist shit online. But Fuentes is in some ways less radical than those groups. That's interesting. And I have Fuentes' chat up when I talk to him. And I know that sometimes his chat shits on him for being soft on some things, especially related to the JQ. But that's like a whole other like bag of monsters to open up that I can't even have that conversation. Yeah. But also I think a lot of it has to do too with a lot of you guys just don't know how extreme some of the movements on the right on the internet are. Like when I say things like, because there are some things, because I've spent so much time reading 4chan threads and other people's chats and comment sections, not on YouTube anymore, but sometimes on BitChute and stuff. Like you guys think that if, like, here's something I'll draw. will trigger, I'll just, because we're giving all the triggering takes right now. If this is like the whole political spectrum right now, you guys think that like, if this is like center and this is like, we'll say that like Trump is here, you guys think that like Nick Fuentes is like right here, and it's not even close. Like, he's definitely far right, but like there's way more extremist movements on the internet than Fuentes. Like, people that openly advocate for genocide, openly advocate for ethnic cleansing, openly advocate for ethno-states, openly advocate for like destruction of murder of Jews. Like, there are so many more far right movements on the internet that like America First is far right. Don't get me wrong. America First is absolutely far right, much farther right than the traditional Republican Party. But but you guys think that it's like the farthest right movement on the internet. That's not true. It's not even remotely true. But like, if you haven't seen those communities or like been in like the BitChute fucking things, or seen like the Discord paste bins, or seen like the weird shit on fucking 4chan, then I just sound insane right now. But again, like, yeah, there's like 2 or 3 topics related to that I've talked to some people in real life about, and there's really interesting conversations to dig into there. But I can't even have those conversations online. Like, people already think I'm a Nazi. So, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. But are there other movements with mainstream appeal that are further right? America First is not a mainstream movement. Like, he was able to get some congressmen for AFPAC, which is cool. That is cool. But I mean, like, Tulsi Gabbard was at the New York City Minds events. Like, if you're willing to pay an appearance fee or get like the right connections, like, you can bring lawmakers out to things. It was impressive what Nick did. Don't get me wrong. But to call America First like mainstream, not even close. Not even close. What point are you making comparing him to farther right people? Just that, like, it's when people obsess over labels like Nazi. Here's a question. Is there anything farther to the right of a Nazi? The problem is the obsession over that label places him in a really weird spot politically on the internet that's just not true. It doesn't resemble reality very much. Do you trust your orbiters to engage with groypers in a responsible way? I know I can. And then maybe you guys will learn, but